Hello everyone and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. It's a Sunday afternoon as I am doing this reading and I have the new chapter tarot on the tarot table because we are hearing yet again about Meghan's memoir, or as we like to call it, me-moir. And we're hearing that it's back. We heard about the divorce book that was allegedly being offered around to publishers. I can't remember, was it Vogue or Variety or Vanity Fair? One of those that did a hit piece on Meghan late last year, early this year. I can't remember the chronology of it all. But anyway, there was the divorce book. Never sued, never denied. But now we're hearing that the memoir might be back and on the table, quite literally. And this is coming from The Globe, which is a US tabloid. And yes, they do exist in the US, unlike what Meghan Markle told us all those years ago. It says Meghan's blame game. The Duchess grinds axe against in-laws for her $2 million security debacle. Not hers personally, it's the has-beens. Goes on to tell us that she warned the has-been not to take that security appeal because he would lose, and he didn't listen to her, and he did lose. She's convinced, so she's throwing the has-been under the bus in this article, or whoever wrote it has thrown the has-been under the bus. But this article goes on to tell us that Meghan is convinced that her in-laws were behind, she wouldn't give them their proper names, of course, were behind the defeat of Harry's security case. She believes the royal family are trying to bleed them dry, essentially turning her and the prince into paupers. And she tells us, or whoever this is who tells us, that this $2 million bill, it's a £1.5 million bill, puts a huge amount of pressure on Meghan. In other words, the has-been is unable to find the cash or find a way of earning $2 million. Only Meghan can. They don't have a few spare million lying around in the bank, according to the source, unlike what, we would speculate. But the financial crisis has made writing a tell-all book all the more attractive. Putting out her own story in exchange for a huge paycheck is starting to look more tempting. Someone has to pay the hefty legal bill, plus all their other costs, the mortgage, living expenses, and the security team in Montecito. Interesting. That they've just done this huge reshuffle, and those people that are being reshuffled are all earning enormous salaries. But never mind that. Previous reading, by the way, that I'm referencing. Anyway, we're going to have a look at this with the new chapter tarot. We're going to look first of all at the finances, because here is the claim yet again that things are tight financially in Montecito. So we're going to ask about that and how difficult it is for them actually to pay this bill. Then we're going to ask if she really is toiling away, burning the midnight oil, writing her memoir, or is this a threat? So we're going to ask if this is a shot over the bow to the royals. Pay up, pay that legal bill, or Madame will write her memoir and ruin you all. This is things that she's going to claim. Lady C was talking about some of the things that Meghan might claim to do with the things that go bump. We'll look at that in near future. And we're going to ask, is there a big offer on the table from a publisher? This huge paycheck. We're going to ask how the has-been feels about this, because of course he wrote his own memoir, Spare, which started most of the rot. But we're told in the article that Harry is aware that if she writes such a book, that's the end. The royal relationship will never recover. That's the end. There will be no reconciliation if Meghan writes this memoir. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink to the royals who might be reading. Pay the bill, pay the legal bill. Otherwise, I'm going to write terrible things about you. That's my opinion. We're going to then see if there will be a book and how the public will view such a tome if it were to land in a bookshop near any one of us. Of course, if there is a book, it will sell like mad, so we're not going to ask that. We're going to ask if they will view it in a positive light and think, poor Megan, how she has suffered, or not. So I think we need to remind you, ooh, Ace of Cups in reverse, we need to remind you that this is just tarot, and it is for fun and entertainment, and it's all my opinion and all wild speculation, and we just read energy here. And of course there is a disclaimer in the box below. We're looking at a tabloid magazine article, and we're testing the energy of it, of course, and having some fun while we do that. So let's get to it. Underlying energy, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. That is so sad. Can't love them anymore, can't forgive them. They're trying to ruin us. They're trying to bleed us dry. They're trying to turn us into paupers and break us, poor us. Ace of Cups in reverse. That's no chance of reconciliation. All feelings gone. Now we are cold and cruel and vicious because how they have tried to ruin us by making sure that we lost that. Well, you lost. I didn't lose it. I told you not to do it, but you didn't listen to me, and so you lost. But that's because they made sure you would lose. Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's look at the actual situation. Ooh, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is setbacks, reversals, things going horribly awry. You didn't maybe see that they were going to go so badly wrong, but they did. A run of bad luck, bad timing, bad everything. And how can you turn that Wheel of Fortune around? Perhaps by getting a huge paycheck. And how tempting that would be. The word tempting was there. And I'm looking at the Devil in reverse. We'll give you a quick glance. He's staring at me. There is the Devil in reverse. So the Wheel of Fortune needs to be turned back upright. And how to recover your fortunes when your foolish husband has pursued litigation he shouldn't have, and your in-laws have made sure he lost, but to write your memoirs and sell them to the highest bidder. So we're going to ask generally the state of the Parkle finances that Harry is also going to save with his new commercial venture. See previous reading. I've got the Emperor. Now that's an interesting card because it's a manager energy. The Emperor is like a business manager, somebody who organizes things and gets people working, and you know, it's a corner office kind of a person. It's not a minion. The Emperor is a director, that, you know, big, but there's nobody there that has those big ideas, that is capable of managing anything. They have reshuffled, they have now reorganized Mudslide Mansion household into royal house, or along royal household lines. See previous readings, see Daily Mail. But that is the king. All hope lies with the king. The Emperor is the king. We are doing a royal reading, believe it or not. And there is the king. He's shown up. And this tells me that this is all aimed at the king. You won't see your grandchildren now, Ace of Cups and Rose, unless you pay this legal bill. Make it go away. I personally, my opinion, believe that this is what this is about. I'm just saying, that is my opinion, and let's see if the cards back up my suspicions or they tell a different tale. So, Emperor has shown up when I ask state of Parkle finances, the Bank of Pa. They might be trying to phone, and phone banking doesn't go so well these days, but they might be trying to phone the Bank of Pa as we speak, or as I speak. So, how damaging has this legal bill been to the Parkle finances? We don't have spare millions lying around in the bank. There are spare millions lying around in the Bank of Pa, that's for sure. Oh dear, it really has been ruinous. King of Discs in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Harry. That is Harry. And he's in reverse. So his error of judgment, his insistence on doing something irrational and ill thought through, bad business decision, that's the King of Pentacles in reverse, has led to this financial crisis now, this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, that is now going to cause Madame to sharpen her poison pen and start writing her memoirs. So let's see, is she busy scratching away with that claw of hers as we speak? How's the book going? And I've got the Four of Cups in reverse. That's interesting energy, because the Four of Cups is bored, indifferent, sort of who cares energy when it's upright. When it's in reverse, you think, I can get excited about that again. I thought it was so boring. It's been rejected, possibly publishers said no, sorry, not interested. And now, if it was stuck away in a drawer, it's been pulled out of the drawer or filed away, archived on the laptop. It's been brought back up and it's being looked at with renewed interest. That's my opinion, of course. And is this a true desire to write her story now, finally? Or is this a threat to across the water to Pa and the in-laws? Let's see if we can figure it out. Oh, I've got the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is fighting energy. It's conflict. It's not conflict resolution. It's fighting. It's making life difficult for someone, something. It's hollow victories. It's fighting for the sake of fighting. It's very nasty energy, the Five of Swords. I would say with that kind of energy that there's a bit of both. Interestingly, that I'm sure if Pa had to phone up, or that handsome fellow in the kilt were to phone up and say, there's a check in the post, the book would be put back in the bottom drawer, but it wouldn't be burned. It would be put back in the bottom drawer. This is my speculation. But I also think that she quite relishes the prospect of publishing this book and really sort of blowing the whole thing up with that Five of Swords, because it's I win, everybody loses in the Five of Swords energy, but I win. So let's see if she's going to get a huge offer from a publisher. Is there interest from publishers? I'm sure there is, but let's just see. Anyone keen? I've got the Five of Cups. Interesting energy, because it's not enthusiasm for the project. It's maybe interesting only if it's a pity fest, and only in a particular time. And I'm going to refer back to, I think it was another YouTuber, I think it was River, I could be mistaken. I read somewhere, someone said that he had heard that the memoir was being written but would only be released on a certain tragic event in the future, royal family future. I'm kind of getting that vibe again with the Five of Cups, of a not now energy, later. We don't want just nasty for the sake of nasty. Let's see if there's a huge paycheck involved. No, absolutely not. How fascinating. This doesn't bode well for Madame and her memoirs. Ace of Discs is literally the big payday. Big gift, a big prize that would last for the rest of your life. It lasts the distance, the Ace of Discs, when it's upright. This ensures that you are set for life. It's in reverse. Publishers don't want to pay for this. They don't want to pay for this, I think, because of the cruelty in it that they don't appreciate right now. I think that they've got their finger on the pulse, popular sentiment, and people obviously are feeling much more kindly disposed towards the in-laws than they are to the outlaws, shall we just say. I don't think publishers want to waste their cash on something that might really land very badly in the current climate. Interesting. So this could be all hot air and not much book coming to light. Let's look at Harry. How does Harry feel about Meghan spilling the beans in a book? Is he all for it? Oh, the Empress in reverse. Ooh. he sees that it would be incredibly vicious. Empress in reverse. Empress upright is a lovely energy. It's soft, it's feminine, it's kind and cuddly and generous and creative and expansive and blessed and benevolent, but it's also very abundant. He might see that she might say some of the things that Lady C has been speculating about today, about the things that go bump. She might unleash that bomb in the book, and that would blow the whole thing up if she were to go down that road. And I think he thinks, if she goes down that road, it's he went down roads he should not have gone down. Some of that book, I have to say personally, and I have read on these things, I have to say personally, I'm not sure how much of what's in the book Harry was actually aware of. I know he technically read the book, allegedly. A lot of speculation. AI was involved in that. A lot of speculation that Meghan might have written some of the chapters of the book. I don't know. I can only speculate. This card, the energy of this card is making me think back to all those old ancient rumours. Not old, they are ancient rumours about the has-been and his book, that he might only have a vague notion of what's actually in the book. Certainly the bile and the resentment are all his, but word by word, I don't know. I think that he's worried about what she might disclose in her rage, in her venom, in her desire to wound, and it might go badly. How about the damage it would do to his chances of reconciling with his family? Is he worried about that, or is he given up on all of that? I've got the Knight of Cups in reverse. That he knows that it would be over for his chances of reconciling ever with Prince William. That is Prince William energy, Knight of Cups. Seeing his brother as a fellow prince, not seeing his brother as future king. So seeing him as equivalent status-wise. Knight of Cups, water sign. Prince William, water sign, of course. In reverse, that's the end of all affection or loyalty. It would destroy it. It might even, Meghan might take out that old poison pen and take and hit either, or not either, and or Queen Camilla, stepmother, Empress's mother. So she might take a direct aim at Queen Camilla. She might also take direct aim at the Princess of Wales, and it would be vicious and it would do untold damage, and that would be that. Harry's not keen, is the energy that's coming through for me. I think he sees that this could really just destroy everything. Things are 99% destroyed. This would be the final blow. Let's see if we're going to get this book anytime soon. Let's put it like that. Are we going to get a book? 10 of Discs in reverse. Not now. Not now. 10 of Discs in reverse, I think, again, is a timing indicator for me, as well as an indicator that there just isn't the huge payday that Meghan believes that there is, or she's trying to tell us there is, or not us. I think she's trying to tell this emperor, oh, I've got such huge offers for this book. Remember, Harry allegedly got that $20 million deal from Penguin Random House. Meghan would love her own $20 million deal from somebody, or even from Bank of Pa. I think she's always angling for some kind of payout to make her shut up, to make her go away. That's my speculation. Look at the energy that's coming off that Emperor card. That orange, that yellow, that sort of glow that's coming off that card. Everything is going there energetically in this reading for me. 10 of Discs in reverse. There isn't the appetite to pay huge sums of money for this. She might have to self-publish, she might have to stick it on Kindle. How funny that would be at this rate. But that is also a timing card for me, because 10 of Discs in reverse is a royal family card, and it is line of succession, and it is passing from generation to generation. It ties to this 5 of Cups energy. I'm not going to bang on about it now, so I think you can all get where I'm going with that. Let's see how, if there were to be a memoir telling her travails in the royal family, how would the public receive it? How would they view it? Four of Discs in reverse. And interesting card because it's about control. The Four of Discs. It's a very materialistic card. It is the miser in the tarot. Normally, Rider-Waite Tarot, there's somebody clutching a pentacle, blocking his heart. He's got his feet planted on pentacles, and it's just mine. What's mine is mine. I'm not sharing it. I'm not letting go of it. Very controlling energy, but it's in reverse. So one energy is possibly loss of control. They could literally think she's really lost the plot. She's unhinged, she's unstable. They could look at it and think that personally about her. They could also look at it and think the royal family has kind of become destabilized, sitting under that 10 of Pentacles. There is a bit of that in it. But the main energy that's coming to me through that Four of Discs in reverse, because it's such a materialistic, greedy card, a miserly card, I'm going to hang on to my pentacles for all I'm worth. I'll do anything for money. They're going to look at this and literally think that she's driven entirely by materialism. She will do anything for money. We're told this, that she's tried to make it out as a poor her. She's the one who's got to earn the money to pay this terrible legal bill because the royal family is so mean and cruel and conspiring against him. Harry's so useless, inferring that you know, it's all up to her, poor her. And now there's this huge offer, and so why not? And who can blame her? But people will look at it and think, you greedy so-and-so. You're just after the money. And if you can get your hands on some filthy lucre, and it's not even a lot, Four of Pentacles, it's not 10 of Pentacles, it's not Ace of Pentacles, both in reverse. Even this miserly Four of Pentacles that you've sold your soul for and sold the royal family out for, you would do it. But you'll also do it to undermine and destabilize the royal family. They'll see that. They didn't see it so quickly with the Oprah interview, but they'll see it with this, in my opinion. And publishers know it, because publishers are very tapped into the zeitgeist. That's their business, to be tapped into the zeitgeist. So that's the reading, or my opinion, of course, tarot. And hope you enjoyed the reading, and thank you for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow.